episode of 12-inch Figure Fanatic. Today we're going to take a look at the Sopranos figure. This is Tony Soprano, and this is by a company called Black 8. Never heard of them before, and this is my first figure from them. But I will say that the back of the box has the same arrangement and font as the back of the box of the Present Toys figure that I had reviewed in my last video. So I have to think that this is sort of the same company with a different name. I don't know, maybe a subsidiary. They're both out of China. So obviously that's how they get around the licensing requirements that we have here, because none of these figures lately are licensed. But let's take a look at this figure and see what we got. We're also going to do a side-by-side with a custom one that I've had for a while now. All right, first off, let me just say that I know I get some figures just because they look cool or just for the hell of it or just to do a review on, but I really am a huge fan of the Sopranos. If you haven't seen the entire series on HBO, I highly recommend you go back and review it. It is, I just can't believe how Italians were insulted by it at the time. There was a big uprising of some Italian Americans saying that it stereotyped negatively Italian Americans, but being half Italian myself, I could tell you, I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, we're able to tell fact from fiction these days, right? Fake news, whatever. All right, let's take a look at this. So, wow, they made him a little heavier than he needed to be. He wasn't this bad. Anyways, the head sculpt itself is pretty spot on. I love it. It's got sort of this smug look. All right. Even got some chest hair going underneath there. I love it. Now, if they had made this, one single piece and rubberized it, I think you know what I'm saying, where like maybe this section entirely up through the underside of the head sculpt is all rubber, so that you don't get this seam separation. That would have been a little bit more ideal for the presentation of the figure. So he's got his famous shirt and leather jacket. The fit is a little loose. The way it rests between, it looks like he's got some kind of rubber addition to the body here to make it pudge out a little bit. But between that and the fit of the clothing itself, it makes him look larger than he should be. Yeah. Pants, standard. Shoes. Remember, he liked his shiny shoes, so those are good. I could have used some socks here. Now, granted, when you're displaying the figure standing up, you're not going to see it, but some people, especially with some, mafia-type figures, you might want to have him sitting down, kind of like you would with Vito Corleone from The Godfather. And if you were to do that with this figure, then you would see the exposed ankles. But, yeah, small thing. But great figure. Standard hands. It's got some speckle effect, some additional detailing. The sculpt itself is decent, but keep in mind, he probably would have had pudgier fingers. These are standard hands here. So if they were gonna go all the way, they would have, custom done the hands versus grabbing kind of their standard array of hands that they probably use with other figures. Great overall. Let's see what else we got here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 extra hands. Standard. We got a handgun with, it looks like an added silencer attachment that is removable. And the slide maybe works. I don't know, it's a little stiff. Yeah, slide works. Magazine? No. It's the second review I've done in a row where the magazine does not come out. Are they steering away from that to save money? I don't know. But nothing special about this. I mean, it does look weathered. It doesn't have any of the finer details like the red part of the safety or anything like that. It doesn't have any logo on it or brandless gun. Everything's rubbed off, typical mafia style. What else we got here? We got his gold watch, gorgeous. Pretty good detailing on that. It's hard to make out through the camera, but you can see a number readout on that. My 2015 vision. We have a drink here. I'm gonna guess that it's scotch. Cigar. Now I would have preferred that they had maybe one option for one full cigar and then one like half done cigar. That would have been nice. Boy, this is the smallest pouch I've ever seen. Help me out. Help me out here. There we go. All right, so it's red on the end. I've seen better cigars. It's pretty basic. What else? We got the stand. So that's it. It says Sopranos. Wait, does it say Sopranos? Take a look here. Soprahos. It looks like an H to me. Soprahos. Is this like the porno parody of Sopranos? Doesn't say Tony on there anywhere. I don't like that. But standard. All right, so let's get this set up and do a side-by-side with my custom and see which one comes out on top. All right, so here they are side by side. Some pretty significant differences here. One, first off, most obvious is the height. So my custom on the left here is much taller than the Black 8 version here. Also, let's take a look at the head sculpts. So there's a significant difference in the head sculpts. Now, if you look at this one, it looks less like him, but it's more of a serious version or style of the head sculpt. And if you look at this one, it looks more like him, but it's almost cartoonish. Yeah, that's the only way I could describe it. Other than that, I mean, I chose the, rare occasion that he wore, his full suit and his overcoat. That's what I have in this rendition. This one is the more, standard version that we're accustomed to. So I actually, looking back, I appreciate this version a little bit more. So I'll probably keep this figure and get rid of this one. It is a nice figure, but putting the two side by side, I just prefer everything that this one's got going on. But let's review what it's got wrong. So between the tapering of the clothing and the body that they chose, he does look a little bit heavier than he should. And they kind of cut corners by not making this seamless right here. I would have preferred that. Also, I have to go back and look at the show, but I mean, typical Italians wear some kind of chain, either a solid gold chain or a chain with a horn on it, and I might have to get one in order to make this look a little bit, because if you're gonna have the gold watch and he typically wears a necklace, then you're gonna have to get a necklace too. Otherwise, it's just unbalanced. But I like this with the cigar. Like I said, I would prefer that there was one that was a fresher cigar and maybe one that was half smoked. Overall, scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give the figure a, let's say 8.8. Yeah. Mostly what's docking the points here is how heavy he looks. But maybe that's just my personal opinion. I don't know. Leave it in the comments if you think he actually looked that heavy in the show. And his weight was pretty consistent throughout the show. But it seems to me that they just made him look a little heavier than what is accurate. Anyway, see you guys next time.